With temperatures dipping into the hundreds this year, many low-income families are needing assistance with their utility bills, especially to keep their air conditioners up and running. Texting while driving has been illegal for over a year now. But in the state of Tennessee, drivers are still doing it, and tickets are few and far between. Today, Rowan County officials are investigating a blaze that took place at this state trooper's house over the weekend. Now, currently there are no suspects, but officials believe the fire was started by arson. It's along this gravel road where police responded to a burning vehicle late Saturday evening. Now, at this point, the DA is still putting pieces together, but believe the vehicle belongs to Jim Miller. And for more information on iTrain Sports or iTrain Hockey, please visit iTrainHockey.com or iTrainSports.com to find out when they will be visiting you in your local community. In Brampton, I'm Alan Campbell. Now back to the News Center. If you were anywhere near downtown Knoxville today, you probably noticed more police officers than usual. That's because members of the National Socialist Movement, or the NSM, and a group of counter-protesters took to the streets. The Heat played a role in a 12-team soccer tournament in Anderson County. Many of the games at the Clinton Soccer Jamboree were halted to 1 point due to the TSSAA regulations regarding extreme temperatures. 10 News reporter Steve Butera has more on how these players and coaches are managing to survive the heat.
It's TVA's largest solar power plant in the 7-state region.
There's enough power there to power approximately 200 average-size homes in this area.
Construction on the plant started back in May 2010 and finished in July, nearly doubling TVA's solar power production.
It's the largest solar energy system here in the state of Tennessee, with over 400 solar panels producing over 1 megawatt.
And what about the technology?
Believe it or not, this is very similar to the same type of systems people put on their houses.
And the effects are a little more focused.
We have to get off the dependence on fossil fuels.
The plant will help eliminate CO2 and greenhouse gases, and the equivalent of 2,000 barrels of oil.
It's an investment for the future. It's clean. There's no carbon emissions.
Looking from the outside in, the amount of energy is free. The solar panels were made in Memphis, and the construction helped create dozens of jobs in Knoxville.
The investment is local, right? There's local contractors, there's local capital. So all of this is being channeled back into the community.
It's something many are looking forward to.
We're just very, very excited about the project, and we're excited about the future here as well.
The massive solar power plant not only has executives excited, but locals here as well. Alan Campbell, 10 News.
Click, print, and pay. This is something new Sheridan College students will start having to do. But for Ashley Wallace, it looks like it's going to be pretty expensive.
I've already gone through $15 worth, and I'm only halfway through the semester, so I'm probably going to be looking at $30 per semester right now for when we do have to pay.
Currently here at Sheridan College, we're in the second phase of the Pay for Print project. Now what that means is anytime a Sheridan student wants to print, say for example here in the Learning Commons, they'll have to pay 4 cents per copy. And once their account reaches zero, they'll be asked to top up that account again before they can print. I caught up with John Barber, the IT manager at the Davis campus, to find out what was behind the Pay for Print project.
What we're trying to do is raise awareness around printing costs and people that are wasting paper. And basically, President Turner had asked us to implement something to curb the waste and to make people more aware of environmental issues and printing issues.
So how do students feel about having to pay to print?
It kind of sucks because at first you could just print whatever you need, and I thought it was part of our whole college experience, I guess, or college what you pay for in your tuition.
To be honest, you know what, I've stood by those printers and watched people pump out 20 of the same document because they just keep hitting print, so it does control the people who are paper wasting.
With the Pay for Print project only in its second phase, only time will tell whether or not students will start to use less paper at school. For Ion Sheridan, I'm Alan Campbell, Oakville.
Love you, buddy, and I'm sorry.
Jennifer Turner's loving words to her 17-month-old nephew.
He's a wonderful child, he is. He loves Papa's truck.
It's at this BP gas station where Marty Ball came to exchange his 17-month-old son to his sister-in-law, Jennifer Turner, for what he thought was $100. Instead, he received 5 Roxycontin pills.
Toys at Turner's house are a constant reminder of her nephew. Marty Ball, pictured here, is charged with child neglect and public intoxication. When Turner was asked why she sold drugs for her 17-month-old nephew, she had this to say.
It was pretty stupid, but at the same time, I wanted him out of that house.
Caw County Deputy Armando Fontes was the arresting officer.
This will wind up being a civil matter between both sides of the families. But again, it's the responsibility of both families to work for what is the best interest of the child.
The 17-month-old boy is staying with family members for now, but Turner says she knows who the boy wants to be with.
All I know is who he loves and who he wants to be with.
Alan Campbell, 10 News.
Tonight, Knoxville police are still trying to figure out when, why, and how a motorcyclist lost control and crashed. Someone spotted the biker's body early this morning along John Sevier Highway. Investigators believe the person hit a guardrail in the curve just before Asheville Highway there on John Sevier. Authorities have not released the victim's name. Several thousand college freshmen can now call the University of Tennessee their home. The Canadian soldier charged in the death of an unarmed Taliban insurgent pleads not guilty to all charges today. Captain Robert Sumro was arrested on December 2008 and was accused of killing a Taliban militant while wounded and disarmed on the battlefield. Sumro faces expulsion from the Canadian Forces and up to life imprisonment if convicted.